that one way of knowing that a prophet is a prophet is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows at their hands certain things that break the law of nature. We spoke about the law of nature before. That in life, in this life, we link causes to their outcomes. We have made this link between causes and their outcomes because of observation. But are these causes linked to their outcomes? Absolutely, not necessarily. I'll give you a good example. We know that fire can burn your hand if you put your hand in it, not because fire can actually burn, but because we have built through experience such a conjunction. They call it conjunction, that conjunction, that we say the relation between them is contingency. They're contingent to each other. Every time you put your hand in fire, it will burn. But does fire burn by itself? No. It burns by the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But someone might find the Sheikh is crazy. Fire definitely burns. No. We built that relationship and we make that conclusion based on our long experience. To make that example even clearer to you, if you see a bottle with a liquid inside it, would you ever think that this liquid can burn you unless you know that this is acid? You won't, isn't it? Do liquids normally burn? No, they don't. But acids burn or don't? They do. So imagine yourself before the experience with acids, without any prior knowledge. You will not say that acids can burn. Only after trying them and trying them and trying them and hearing from this person, and you will say, no, don't come close to acids. They will burn you. So if you imagine a child who has no experience of fire at all, and he looks at fire, does he think that fire can burn him? That's why you tell your child, now stay away from fire. Keep your hand away. It will burn you. If that was something inherent in their brain, if that was absolutely fitra, they would have avoided fire from the time they leave their mother's womb. But they learned that from what? Experience. But because this experience has been going for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we have built it almost like a certainty. For us, it's a certainty. We have never seen someone breaking this combination. This conjunction has never been broken. You're telling me that fire, someone can put himself in fire? So Allah breaks that for us, to show us that these are special people. Because we never imagined that human beings can communicate with heavens, can communicate with the unseen. Isn't it? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in order to show us that these people are truthful, He shows us something that breaks what we're accustomed to. So you find Ibrahim alayhi salam thrown in fire, and then he comes out untouched. Musa alayhi salam having a brand of fire in his hand, putting it in his mouth, it burns his tongue, he is unable to speak, and then after a while he speaks so fluently without any surgery or anything. Isn't it? Things like this continue to happen, isn't it? Continue to happen, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows that at the hands of who? Prophets. These are mu'jizat. Mu'jiza in Arabic means something that breaks the universal law, the law of nature, what we're accustomed to. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala supports the prophets with these mu'jizat against their enemies and odds and foes, who say to them, you're lying. If you are truthful, fly. And then he flies. If you're truthful, walk on water. If you're truthful, bring this dead person back to life. Because can medicine do that? Can medicine do that? We're 2,000 years after Isa, after Jesus. Still medicine can't do that. But Isa alayhi salam, as in the Bible, as in the Quran, did he quicken the dead or not? He brought them back to life. But that's a mu'jiza that breaks the law of nature. Isn't it? That breaks the law of nature. Musa alayhi salam, he hits the sea with a stick, and then it parts, and he walks in between it, gets out. Nowadays, mashallah, we can go to NASA, and NASA can take us to the moon. And now they are offering commercial trips two big businessmen, isn't it? $35,000 per night. Tariq, shall we book you next ticket? To fly to the moon for one night. Obviously, they're not going to take you for one night. You have to go for like possibly 3-4 months. So you have to be loaded with money to make that trip. But yet, NASA cannot part the sea with a stick. So still, Musa is belittling them. He's dwarfing them. They are like dwarves next to him, isn't it? And they will look, wow, we live at the time of science fiction. That looks like, that sounds like science fiction. No, that's not science fiction. That's a real. So these are mu'jizat. Mu'jizat are prophetic miracles Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to his messengers. So that's to support them in their claim when they said, we are prophets. Or what's the proof that you are a prophet? Here you go. Obviously, they will bring a challenge to people who are in position of challenging back. Yani if I come to Muhammad and say, Muhammad, by the way, I can't teach you Arabic. That's not a challenge. Well, possibly Arabic for him is a challenge, but for me it's not a challenge. I speak Arabic. Okay, that's not a challenge. Or if you say to a doctor, for example, and you are a qualified doctor yourself, I can do a surgery and bring this patient back from unconsciousness to consciousness in 6 hours. That's within the law of medicine. It's acceptable. It's conceivable. But to say to someone, you know, I can't travel to Jerusalem and come back in an hour. At that time, no planes, nothing. It breaks the law of nature. How? Nowadays, does it make sense to us today? It does. Can someone go from Mecca to Jerusalem in an hour and come back? Or in a few hours and come back? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You can get into a private jet. Fly from Mecca to Jerusalem. It will take you 45 minutes and you go pray and come back. There is a lot of big shots in Egypt. And Egypt is far from Mecca. They get into a jet. On 9th of Dhul Hijjah, the day of Arafah, the day of Hajj, they come, do express Hajj, spend half an hour in Arafah, and they go home and they deputize someone to stone Iblis after them, after they go. I don't know if he stones this way or that way. Possibly he stones their plane on the way back. That's a good one. So it's possible now. Some of the miracles that prophets spoke of make sense to us, isn't it? Because of that science. But we're still unable to achieve them. But they make sense to us just to say to us, you know what? They're not speaking nonsense. They're actually speaking a lot of sense. بِالْمُعْجِزَاتِ أُيِّدُوا تَكَرُّمًا. Isa alayhi salam at his time, people were very advanced in medicine. So he brought them something that it's a challenge to them. Okay, you're very good in medicine. Can you quicken the dead? Can you revive the dead? No, we can't. Musa alayhi salam, the most advanced people at his time were magicians. That's why when he threw his stick and it became a snake and it swallowed their snakes, they realized this is not magic. This is not magic, mate. This is real stuff, isn't it? This is real stuff. It's like someone bringing some jewels to Muhammad Sulaiman and say, Muhammad, look at that. This is diamond, real diamond. Muhammad Sulaiman hasn't seen diamond in his life. Wow, subhanallah, subhanallah, this is amazing. This is amazing. Then he shows it to Ridwan, and Ridwan is a jeweler. He said, look, this is nonsense. This is plastic. This is just polished plastic. Muhammad Sulaiman, I won't pay £5 in this. But Muhammad Sulaiman has no clue. He's got no experience. So only magicians, when they saw Musa alayhi salam throwing his stick, yes, you can fill your stick with mercury, and when you put it in the heat, the mercury will move, so it looks like a snake. You can play with the eyes of people. But if you give that to a real person, they will know that this is not magic anymore, that this is a miracle. So بالمعجزات أيدوا تكرما. Second thing is وعصمة الباري لكل حتما.